That's why my favorite book says faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing. And part of your role as a leader, your role as a storyteller, is to remind people that they have greatness in them regardless of their circumstances, regardless of the fact they don't have two dimes to rub together. They have greatness within them that they just haven't discovered it yet. And when I heard a guy say, I have greatness in me, I was behind on my bills and my dreams. I just couldn't believe it. And through the relationship, I discovered things. And so part of what you're going to learn is, number one, in the process of your presentation, is to create special moments that will cause people to reflect and to look at themselves. Here's something else. Listen deeply. Listen deeply. We're going to learn a variety of things. Kyle? Where are you from, Kyle? You're from Henderson. Fantastic. Do you mind if I call on you? Please, come. Give Kyle a round of applause, please. Give Kyle a microphone, please. So we're going to learn a variety of techniques and strategies. Kyle, how long have you been in business?
About 5 years.
5 years. When you think about your being involved in the business for 5 years, what did you do before?
Sales, marketing.
Yeah. Going back when you were a kid, tell me something you saw or someone that impressed you or some experience coming forward that caused you to become the person that you are now. A lot of people shy away from sales. I've been in sales. I sold newspapers. I've done a variety of things. Tell me a turning point for you.
I have an amazing mother as well.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom used to make us memorize poems. And
what's her name?
Kirschbaum.
She made you memorize poems.
Yeah.
Great. Yes.
And I remember when we were in Hawaii, we were driving. If you're familiar with the North Shore, we were driving down the road, and beautiful, palm trees and the beach to the left side, and here my mom is challenging us to, if we want to go out and play on the beach, we have to memorize this poem.
Yes.
Seemed kind of cruel at the time. And I remember we memorized the first verse of this poem. And
you remember what it was?
Absolutely.
What?
Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he with a chuckle replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so until he tried.
Yeah.
So he buckled right in with the trace of a grin on his face, and if he worried, he hit it, and he started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done.
And he did it.
And he did it.
Yeah. Now, when you think about your mother and she had you memorize poems, 3 things that you came away with, how it impacted you as a kid coming as an adult, that regimen, that advice, that encouragement, 3 qualities that you developed as a person.
When something is in your head like that, you can be on the football field, ready to puke your guts out, or you can be trying to memorize a poem in German, in like the last hour before it's due, and those words come back to you, right? So I learned very early on that even though something seemed insurmountable and it seemed impossible, that if I would just try and not quit, that I could succeed.
You said if you would give it your effort, best effort, and not quit, you can succeed. What's the second thing?
That there would be a lot of people that would say that somebody said that it couldn't be done, right? So there'd be a lot of people when I was in high school, I was short, and so
I want you to leave the arms out because people become distracted by the arms. Go ahead.
No more.
Just
arms.
Pause. Go ahead. Yes.
I learned. Yeah, this is all your fault.
Yes.
I learned very quickly that there were always going to be people that were going to say you're too small, or you're not smart enough, or you need to wait to do something.
So you'll always have critics.
Yeah.
Got it.
You'll always have critics.
And what's the third thing that you learned?
The feeling of when you do accomplish something, when everybody says that you can't do it, and you try and try, even though you may feel like you might quit, the feeling of accomplishing that gives you this power to do it again.
Yes. Very good. Give him a round of applause. Fantastic. Thank you so much. How many of you have goals you want to achieve? Raise your hands, please. Very good. My name is Kyle. I want you to shake someone's hand on your right and left, look them in the eyes and say, you can do it. Do that right now and say, you can do it. You know, my mother, she's a beautiful person. I admire her, and she was different and unusual. My mother encouraged us to memorize poems, and one of them was, it said it couldn't be done. And this poem, Mama just drilled it in us. And as you think about your goals and dreams, there's something that I think that's very important. And write this down. Embrace language that empowers you. Embrace language that empowers you. My mother used words to empower us, to cause us to dream. My mother used words to expand our vision of ourselves. My mother used words to cause us to live out of our imagination as opposed to our history. And because we memorized these words became a part of us. As you look at yourself and look at your goals and dreams, you want to drill yourself, train your mind to serve you. And the way that you do that, by the words that you select, the words that you read, the words that you embrace on a regular basis. Surround yourself with affirmations. When I get up in the morning, I have an affirmation that said, Lord, whatever I face today, together, you and I can handle it. When I think about Jim Rohn, who had a great quote, when the end comes for you, let it find you conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. When I think about the positive words of Earl Nightingale, all of us are self-made, but only the successful will admit it. When I think about the positive words of Zig Ziglar, if you give enough people what they want, they will give you what you want. By drilling yourself and training yourself to take in positive words, it will protect you from the negative words that are out here. It will give you mental resiliency. Let us say together, mental resiliency. And it will expand your mind to what's possible. Many people never achieve their goals and dreams because of the fact that they have been inundated with so many negative words. They've been told so many times that they can't do something, that they begin to believe that. Something else that I learned from my mother, that you will always have critics. And one of the things I realized, there's never been a statue erected to a critic. Think about it. There are always people who will tell you, you can't do that, or you can't do that, you can't do that. But because of the words that my mother instilled in me, it gave me a mindset that I can do that. It gave me a mindset of being unstoppable. It gave me a mindset to go for my dream anyhow. And I say to you, what people think about you, what they say about you, that's none of your spiritual business. That you want to speak to yourself and say to yourself, I can make it. Say to yourself, I have the power to do this. Say to yourself every day, this dream is my dream, and I'm going to make it happen, and I'm totally responsible. Something else that came out of my mother speaking to us and drilling us and training us to memorize poems, and that is not just being unstoppable, but living an achievement-driven life. That when you have goals and dreams and there are things that you want to achieve, those words will empower you. Now, you're going to have some failures. You're going to have some disappointments. Write this down. You will fail your way to success. You're going to fail your way to success. 8 out of 10 millionaires have filed bankruptcy. Walt Disney filed bankruptcy 7 times, but he came back. You're going to fail your way to success. And those words that my mother instilled in me taught me that if life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.